What's up? It's your girl, Nurse Channie. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Y'all, I am home. As you can see, I love when I can film at home. Let me take my glasses off because this glare is killing me. Yes, I am home. I love when I can film at home where I feel most comfortable. But I won't be home for long because I'm headed back to California tomorrow. What's up, y'all? So today is kind of a get to know me video. So first, before we go any further, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell button so every time I post a video, you will get notified, okay? I'm on this goal to really increase the viewership here on this channel. I want to engage with everybody. I have some new subbies, which welcome, and welcome back for anyone who's been following me along my nursing journey since I kind of rebranded my channel. Anyway, yeah, so today is kind of a get to know me Q&A video, which I have never done before on this channel. So let's get into it. Of course, I got some notes. If you want to get to know who I am, what I do, and why you are here, keep watching. Let's get into these notes, okay? I'm Chandra, aka Nurse Channie. My background is labor and delivery, postpartum. So I've been a nurse. This year will be 13 years. What? Time is really flying. Like, my God. So I've been a nurse for almost 13 years. I was a non-traditional nursing student, got my bachelor's degree when I was 33. You do the math. So yeah, I got my bachelor's degree at 33, got my master's degree at 35. I think I'm tapped out on degrees and credentials. So the beginning of my career, I started out working in an LDRP, loved it. I was able to get a variety of training in the whole gamut of women's and infants, except for NICU. I've never really worked in NICU. I've done some what we call feeders and growers in NICU, where you just go there to help feed babies that are learning how to feed. But I don't have any NICU experience. But L&D postpartum, I'm your girl, okay? That's my specialty. So I've never worked in any other specialty, never worked in med surg. I did not buy into that whole you gotta get med surg experience before you can go to a specialty area. That's just not what I saw for my career. So I didn't go that route. Thankfully enough, when I was in undergraduate, my last year or my last semester, I got a job on an LDRP as a student nurse. And LDRP, if you don't know, labor, delivery, recovery, postpartum unit. They really don't have many of them. Nowadays, most of the units are separate, where you have a separate labor and delivery, separate postpartum, just in case you weren't familiar with that term, LDRP. So I got a job on an LDRP as a student nurse, which led to me being hired once I completed nursing school and then passed my board. So that was pretty, exciting that I was able to start my career in the specialty area that I wanted to be in. And that's what I have done for the majority of my career. I am from B-More, Baltimore, Maryland, DMV. Stand up. Yes, tomorrow, our first African-American VP is going to be living right next door in DC. So super excited about that, okay? What kind of jobs have I had as a nurse for the last almost 13 years? I think I've done a little bit of everything when it comes to women's and infants. So I told you guys I worked in the LDRP. I did that for about 3 years. Once I decided I wanted to go back to graduate school, I let that job go and I started doing case management so that I could get through my graduate school program. I went to grad school in a hybrid program where some of it was online. The other part, we met on campus for 8 hours on a Saturday for 13 months. Oh my God, it was grueling, but I made it through and finished that program. Woo child. So while I was in grad school, I worked as a case manager for children in foster care. Different kind of nursing. It was a 9 to 5. Not very exciting, but it fit the need for what I needed it to do while I was in graduate school. From there, I did more case management. Oh my God, I had a gravy job. You hear me? I was working from home for a health insurance company where I was calling pregnant women, making sure that they were going to their prenatal appointments, answering any questions they had, making sure they were taking their prenatal vitamins, any medication they were on, educating them. When I tell y'all it was gravy, it was freaking gravy. But then one day I got laid off. Yeah. It is the only time in my life that I've ever been laid off. It was super scary to be laid off. I had a younger child at home at the time. I had a kid in college. I was like, whoa now, hey now, how we gonna pay our bills? I mean, they gave us a cute little stipend. I mean, what is that thing called? A severance. They gave us a cute little severance, but it was a cute little severance, okay? I had only been there for less than a year, so it was real cute. During this time, I had a per diem job. So in between the case management job and the work from home case management job, I got a per diem job at a hospital here in Baltimore City, which I still work at to this day. I've been there for almost 8 years. Good God, time is really flying. So I got a job there, and I'm so thankful that I have that job, because whenever I needed to fill in the gaps, like if I need to work full-time hours there, most of the time I can do that. So I am so thankful for that job, and I keep that little job in my corner pocket, because I just feel like all nurses should have a per diem job. Like if you are working clinically, I feel like a per diem job is necessary, and I did a whole video about it. Y'all, I'm bad about inserting it. I'm going to try to insert it here, but if not, it's going to be in the description box. But I did a video on why you should consider working per diem, okay? Back to the questions, okay? So, what did I do after that? After I got laid off, I worked at this hospital here in Baltimore for like 2 months. The energy was bad in the place. I was like, sis, I can't do this. Like, it was a no for me. And so I worked there from like August to October. Don't nobody even know I worked there. I'm just telling y'all I worked there, but nobody knows I worked there. I don't put it on my resume. It was not for the glory of my kingdom. I said, no, I gotta go. One thing about me is, if you don't treat me nicely, I've got to go. I have a well-written resume, and I will go elsewhere, okay? Another thing about nursing, I feel like the beauty in being a nurse is it offers you so much flexibility. I personally, and this is just my own personal philosophy, I personally do not believe in working any place where the job is just not meeting my needs. And so, you know, if it no longer works for me, I part ways with it, because I feel like work is one of those places where we spend a lot of time, and I don't have time to be spending time somewhere where I'm not happy. And so I don't want to be a job hopper, or I never wanted to be a job hopper, but in honesty, if I have to be honest, yeah, if it's not working for me, peace out. I'm not saying you should do that, but that is my whole thing. I'm not gonna stay. I just feel like we work so hard. There's no perfect nursing job. And this is for all of my nursing students who watch me. New nurses, there's no such thing as a perfect nursing job. However, sidebar for all of my new grad nurses and all of my aspiring and student nurses who follow my channel and watch these videos, I want you to know there's no such thing as a perfect nursing job. All of them come with their set of BS that you don't want to deal with. It kind of comes along with the territory, but there are situations where you can find jobs that are manageable, satisfactory. Some of them are great. I've had really, really great jobs. Like my first nursing job was amazing. So, you know, it all depends on the culture of the hospital, the people who work there, your coworkers, and all that stuff. And I'll probably talk about that on a separate video, but just know there's no perfect job. And that job was just not the perfect fit for me. I'm big on finding what is the perfect fit for you in your nursing career, because that just increases your longevity there, and it increases your happiness as a nurse, okay? So after that job, what did I do? Oh, child, after that one, I did a, what do you call it? Home health nurse for pregnant women. So that was a unique opportunity. I was, again, working for a health insurance company where I was going into the client's home to give them a progesterone injection called 17P, or I forgot the other name for it, but 17P injections help prolong the pregnancy, and the goal of that medication is to decrease the risk of miscarriage or pregnancy loss. And so I found so much value in doing that. I loved my clients so much. Like, oh my God, I got to be in their environment. I met their children, their families, their husbands, their significant others. Like, it was a very unique opportunity. But again, I said I live in Baltimore. It was a little dangerous. And some of the areas in Baltimore City, I'm not gonna lie, I don't live in the city. I grew up in Baltimore City, but the Baltimore City that I grew up in is so different from Baltimore City in 2021. And I was doing this in maybe 4 years ago. Baby, I couldn't do it no more. It was getting too dangerous. Like, anytime my pregnant client felt like she had to be my bodyguard to walk me to my car because the neighborhood people were out there doing what the neighborhood people do, that was my turning point. I called and I was like, look, I gotta go. Sis gotta go. I had to pack up my little bag and go. And so I went back to my case management job for a little bit. I think maybe for 2 years, until I got really bored with it. Like, I just felt like I was getting up, going to work every day. I had a great schedule. I was working for 10-hour shifts a week. My supervisor was great. I loved all the people I worked with, but the job just wasn't fulfilling for me. And I wasn't making that much money either. I took a pay cut to go back there. So I was like, I've got to do something different. Literally was sitting at my desk one day, Google travel nursing, filled out this application, which took me down a whole rabbit hole. Started from there, and then we're here, and it has been the best career decision that I've ever made. Like, travel nursing has opened up so many avenues for me. Love, love, love it. That's going to be a separate video where I'm going to talk to you guys about travel nursing, because in my DMs, y'all be lighting me up with questions about travel nursing. Keep them coming. I love that. But if I added that on, let me keep. For the last 2 years, I have been travel nursing. Why did I decide to travel? I just told you guys. I felt unfulfilled in my career, and I just needed something new, something fresh. And I have learned, being a travel nurse, that I don't need to work at a hospital long term, with the exception of my per diem job that I plan on keeping. But I only go there, I only have to work 2 shifts every 6 weeks. It's like nothing. So I just find that being a travel nurse, it was just like the icing on the cake for me. And so I've completed 7 contracts in the last 2 years. almost 8, because right now I'm on an assignment in California. I'm currently in a different kind of role. I'm doing nursing leadership right now. So I'm not doing any patient care. So I'm getting a little break away from pushing with mamas and helping mommies breastfeed. Although I love those things, you can definitely run into career burnout after 13 years of doing the same thing. So this is a great reprieve for me. So right now I'm in California. So let me tell you the places I've been as a travel nurse. I started out in Baltimore, did a local assignment just to get my feet wet, see if I liked it. After that, I went to Lawrence, Massachusetts, which has been my most favorite assignment thus far. Love, love, love. Shout out to all the girls in Lawrence, Massachusetts. I love them. After that, I went to Hollister, California. I didn't like that one too much. I feel like I'm missing something. No, yeah, I went to Hollister. Oh, and then I came back to Maryland because of COVID. Stayed home for the whole summer. Did 2 contracts here in Maryland. And now I'm in California again. And so this last 2 years, it seems like just yesterday I quit my case management job, but these years have been rolling, and I have no regrets whatsoever about changing the trajectory of my nursing career. And I forgot to say, I teach nursing students, or I used to teach nursing students. So sprinkled in here from like 2010 to 2018, I did adjunct faculty at a variety of universities here in the Baltimore or the metropolitan area. I got burnt out from that too. I love teaching, but that's one of those things that you really have to have a strong passion for it, or else you're going to get burnt out from that. At least that was my experience. Any educators watching, let me know what your thoughts are. I told you what I'm doing now. That was the last question on my list. What am I doing now? This leadership position. It's challenging some days. It is dealing with lots of different personalities. If you know nurses, I feel like most nurses have that type A kind of, I want to be in control kind of personality. I think we all have a little bit of that. And so imagine having 35 of those personalities to deal with in a 12-hour shift. It can be challenging, but it is really strengthening my communication skills. It is, allowing me to decide what's important, what do I need to let go. And the paycheck is pretty good. So right now, I have extended that contract. I'm going to be there. My current contract ends in February, and so I'm going to be there from February, March, April, May, February through May. And if I still like it, if they let me extend again, I probably will, because why not? But that is who I am in a nutshell. I'm trying to think, did I forget anything? So what's next? So last year I started my own business, The Know-It-All Nurse, where I offer coaching and mentorship for new nurses, and I also help nurses find the joy and passion in their careers. So remember, I was telling you guys earlier, there is so much burnout associated with the nursing because the hours are long. We don't get a lot of thank yous. Your coworkers may not be that helpful all the time. Leadership can kind of suck in the hospital setting. I actually have a different perspective for nurse leaders being in this role. Now, I'm not at the tippy top or the layer underneath that one. I'm at the low totem pole of leadership for nursing. However, I do have a different perspective for being in the role of a nurse who does direct patient care and someone who directly supervises those nurses. Like, it really makes me think about being fair and being accommodating as possible to the requests of the nurses who are working while I'm supervising them, if that makes sense. So part of my business is really consulting with other nurses, helping them kind of develop a career that's going to be joyful, a career that you're going to be passionate about, and hopefully decreasing burnout, especially in those early years of nursing. I feel like nursing students are different from when I was in nursing school. I noticed that when I was teaching that the expectations that people come out of nursing school with are very different. A lot of people feel like they're going to make a lot of money, and a lot of money is really relative to your financial situation, your financial goals, and everything. So I feel like the average new nurse coming out of nursing school is probably going to make somewhere between $50,000 and $65,000 a year, depending on the region that you live in. And for some people, that's a lot of money. For other people, that's chump change. And so people get discouraged because of the money. People get discouraged because nursing school paints this picture of this bright and bubbly career where everything's going to be perfect. You're going to have all the supplies you need. You're going to have all the resources and support you need. Your manager is going to be amazing. That's not real life. That's not real nursing. And so when people become, once you do that hard work and you study and you pass your boards and you get out and you realize this is what I went to school for. And trust me, even 13 years into this, I still have those thoughts myself. So my goal is to help nurses find that sweet spot of where they want to be in their nursing career. A lot of nurses are leaving the bedside because of COVID, and understandably so. Like, you're putting your life at risk when you go to work every day. And I get that. But I feel like nursing is still one of the most well-respected and noble positions or careers that you could ever attain. And my goal is to help you find the happiness and joy as a nurse, wherever that is, whatever that looks like for you. It does not look the same for everybody. Some people don't want to be at the bedside, and that's okay. There's tons of options where you don't have to work at the bedside. I mean, I feel like you have to get that foundation down before you can do other things. But, maybe that's not what your career path looks like. So that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to help coach and mentor new nurses and help nurses find, that sweet spot, the joy in their career. So if you are feeling ambivalent about your career, you are questioning, why did I do this? Hop down in the description section. I have a form that you can fill out. We can schedule a time to talk, and we'll see if we can't get you feeling a little bit better about your nursing career, or helping you design a career path that is going to make you feel amazing about being a nurse. So you guys got to know a little more about me. If you feel inclined to do so, say hello in the comment section. Share this video with someone who you think may benefit from hearing what I talked about today. Please like, please share, subscribe, and don't forget to come back for the next video. Oh, I forgot where I got this shirt from, but it's super cute, isn't it? Peace, love, and nursing.